it's on to Vermont. I know Will Brown is already with his staff this morning looking over Vermont and trying to figure out what is the plan to beat the Catamounts. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. How we doing?
I'm good, Coach. Thanks for a few minutes. What is the mindset? How important is it for you to go to Vermont and get a win Wednesday night?
Well, I think it's important, regardless of who we're playing on Wednesday to get a win. All we're talking about with our guys right now is continuing to make progress and one-game winning streaks, and we want a lot of them. So this is an opportunity to play a team that's been the most consistent team in our league all year. They're the best team, the deepest team, and it's a very difficult place to play. With that being said, I think we're looking forward to the opportunity to go up there and see where we're at. I think it'll be a more difficult game than it was the first time that we played them. I think they continue to get better. I think we're getting better, and obviously, the environment up there. It's their senior day as well, I believe. So, I think this is going to be a good test for us.
Hey, Coach, is there any thought going into this one? And I almost know what your answer is going to be, but is there a wisdom that says because, if you take care of business in the following game and you're locked into the seed and you can avoid them to the championship game, is there any sort of thought from your side that you want to maybe keep things a little bit vanilla, not that you would sandbag it, or obviously you want your guys to play hard and you want to win the game, of course, it goes without saying, but is there any wisdom saying, maybe we won't show all of our cards until a potential championship game?
Well, I will say this, sandbagging is out of the question.
Of course.
Vanilla? Strong possibility. Obviously, we want to win this game like we do every game. There will be some things in this game that we do just to see what Vermont does. There's gonna, we'd much rather win a third game than a second game. But I do think from our end, there's some things that I've been thinking about since the first time that we've played them that we have not done against any other team that we might throw out there just to see what they do against it, how they respond to it, get them to think a little bit, keep them off balance, and go from there. Regardless of what we do, we're going up there to win. There's not even a question about that. You don't want to have to rely on the last game of the year to absolutely lock in that third seed. But, we're going to go up there again, and there's some things that I think we can do that can bother them, and I'd rather find out Wednesday, then potentially if we have to play them, a third time. Would they have the opportunity to adjust and have some film? If you play them a third time, sure. But that's just more that they have to prepare for. So, we've got a couple of things that I think we can do that can bother them on both sides of the ball. But it's one thing to have some ideas and some thoughts, and it's another thing to go out there and execute them.
Time with Will Brown, as we always do Monday morning, Albany men's basketball at Vermont. Zach and I will be on the trip to Burlington. Pregame show at 6:30, 7 o'clock. All Albany men's basketball games right here on 104.5 at Team ESPN Radio. Will, is it fair to say that your team is playing better, probably a whole lot better, and certainly more guys helping out in the scoring column than what you were when you played them the first time around at CEFCU Arena?
Yeah, I think so. We're definitely playing better. We're getting, contributions from some more guys. But, I think in a game like this, I think we need all of our guys, chipping in. I think we need a good game from Mike Rowley for sure. We have to stay out of foul trouble. I think, the main game, Raj, I think you had 4 fouls. I had 3. I think Yadi had 5. We were in some foul trouble in that game yesterday. We can't go up there against a very deep team in Vermont and get in foul trouble and have to play an eighth guy and ninth guy. If Vermont plays an eighth guy or a ninth guy, they don't have any issues with that. So that's something that's concerning of me. The nature of these games, the physicality of them, in the past, we have to do a good job of maintaining our aggressiveness, but yet staying out of foul trouble. This is a game where I think David Nichols and Joe Cremo each have to have, anywhere from 4 to 6 assists each. There has to be a willingness the minute they see a crowd to give it up. And our other 3 guys that are on the floor in the game have to find the openings in the defense when they crowd those guys, and then they have the other 3 defenders zone up. Those other 3 guys have to find open areas. Joe and David have to find them, and then they have to make some shots. Defensively, I thought the first time we were solid. Really didn't have any issues except I think we allowed Dre Wills to come in the game and do what he does at 6 feet tall. He hurt us with a couple of offensive rebounds, and Bell Haynes got out a little bit in transition and we fouled him. But other than that, I thought our game plan defensively was pretty good. Offensively, I just thought we didn't move the ball quick enough when they crowded Joe and David. We held on to the ball too long, and we still got some decent shots, but I don't think we got the shots that we should have gotten if we had moved the ball and made them pay for making Joe and David play in such a crowd.
Always a fun trip to Burlington. We look forward to it, Coach. Thank you for a few minutes here on Big Board Sports, and we'll get set for Patrick Gymnasium on Wednesday night.
Hey, Raj, me and you, guys, we should be tired this morning. Zach By should be fresh. He should be carrying your show since he avoided that trip to Maine.
Hey, like you said, I learned from my mentor.
Oh, no problem. Wyland only skipped that trip for, a decade?
Only thing I know is
it was either ratings week or now he's competing for a travel team national title. So, I'm starting to wonder here.
Only thing I know is I had great ice cream sandwich on the way home, Coach.
Oh, no doubt. I always take care of you with the food, Raj.
Yeah, there's no doubt you do. Good or bad. Thank you, Coach. I'll talk to you. Actually, I see you tomorrow morning.
You got it. Have a good one, guys.